Still counting investment coins, hidden in a basement, waiting for the end of this ducking world? Think you have a valuable stockpile to trade on the collapsed shadow trade? Let's speak honestly and uncomfortably, as I always do. When the system snaps, the 10 Commandments don't just bend, they vanish. Rules are for people with full bellies and running water. In a doomsday wasteland, there are only desires. And where there is desire, there is a market. Disclaimer. Let's call this a historical analysis of the barter economy in collapsed societies. We are discussing anthropology, not commerce, but you and I know what we're talking about. Welcome to the crisis economy of the end. There are only 5 currencies that have remained evergreen through every collapse in every historical period. From the cavemen to the rise of the machines. 1. The liquid currency. First up, fermentation. Americans already ran this economic experiment once. During Prohibition, the government outlawed the bottle and accidentally created an empire of shadow logistics. Demand didn't disappear, it just became tax-free. That's the rule of history. Ban a comfort, and you create a monopoly for the brave. Back in the 90s, in places the maps forgot, a bottle of clear spirit bought a full tank of gas. Ask anyone who lived through the collapse of the Union. In a world without pharmacies, alcohol isn't just a drink. It is disinfectant. It is fuel. And yes, it is anesthesia. If you understand the chemistry of fermentation, how to convert organic waste, sugar, or fruit into sterile liquid, you are the central bank of your neighborhood. People will trade their last silver coin just to buy a moment of silence in a loud, broken world. Just remember, the golden rule of the dealer: don't consume your own inventory. Point 2. The fractional currency of chaos. You see this little cylinder? It is the most stable currency in human history. It held value in the trenches of WWI, and it will hold value when the banks close. We are not talking about health here. We are talking about stress management. In a starvation scenario, this is a hunger suppressant. In a panic, this is a focus tool. It is divisible, portable, and inherently high demand. Gold is heavy and hard to make change for. Single-use luxuries are a universal language of trade. If you hold the inventory of social lubricants, you own the morale of your group. But be warned, high-value consumables make you a target. Point 3. Biological insurance. In the modern world, a toothache is an inconvenience. In a collapse scenario, it is a systemic failure. Without logistics, a simple infection isn't just an injury, it is a countdown. The most valuable asset in the dirt won't be a bag of diamonds, it will be a sterile blister pack. When the hospitals go dark, chemistry becomes the new gold standard. We are not talking about recreational use here. We are talking about the mechanics of survival. If you hold the inventory of antibiotics and sterile compounds, you don't just have wealth, you have leverage. People will trade years of labor just to stop the progression of sepsis. You want real influence? Secure the medical supply chain, but keep it hidden. Being the only source of hope makes you the primary target for desperation. First 3 points are the market of Oblivion. History shows us that, in the darkest times, the demand for psychological escapism skyrockets. Merchants of Oblivion always thrive on the ruins. If you can offer a way to forget the horror for an hour, you control the most volatile market of all. Point 4. The Sin City economy. Now, let's talk about the dark stuff. The trade your favorite survival bloggers are too polite to mention. People would rather starve than be bored in the dark. Fear needs a distraction. When the law dies, Sin City isn't a place anymore. It becomes a business model. The demand for human connection and vices comes back with a vengeance. People will trade their last reserves, not for food, but for the illusion of normalcy. For a game of cards, for a story, or for an hour of connection with another person. It is raw. It is unregulated. But the market for dopamine never closes. If you provide the circus for the starving, you control the crowd. Just don't expect to see a saint in the mirror. Point 5. The invisible inventory. A bag can be looted. A weapon can malfunction. But if you know how to restore a dead grid, synthesize antibiotics, or navigate a no-go zone unseen, your value changes. You'll become a baron of the ruins. In my day, we called it resourcefulness. In a collapse, it's just the difference between a landlord and an indentured servant. History is a circle, and we are heading back to neo-feudalism. The man who can rebuild the machine is the only one the machine will let live. So, look at your gear again. Does it help you trade? Does it help you control the deficit? Or is it just a fancy shroud for your own vanity? The shadow economy is already here. It's not in the streets yet. It's in the collapse of your morals and the fear in your neighbor's eyes. You can try to be a hero, or you can be the one who survives to tell the story. This was for the last smart ones. Leave a comment if you understood the Aesopian language used in this video.